Hi, this is Nefra Kefri, the Positive Vibes Artist. Welcome to my channel. If you like what you see, I ask that you please subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Today, I have something a little different for you. It's a little surprise. It's what's in the box. It's an unboxing of a subscription box from a company called Truphae. And if you have any interest in fountain pens and fountain pen inks and all that kind of stuff,
Before I get started,
stay
here's
tuned.
a quick view of my working desk today. This is where I journal. This is in our bedroom. My view, my red maple. And now I'll be switching to my studio where I will be opening up the latest subscription box from Truphae.
All right, here we are. This is a monthly sub box, and Truphae cater to fountain pen enthusiasts. I discovered fountain pen love almost 2 years ago. I now have way too many fountain pens, but can you ever have too many fountain pens? I don't think so. This came yesterday, and I obviously waited for the video to open it. This comes from an Archer and Olive sub box. My Archer and Olive affiliate code is below, saves you 10%. This video is not sponsored or endorsed by Truphae at all. I'm just doing it on my own because I really like their boxes. Now we're going to see what's in it. Their color is deep royal purple, so their logo is in purple, and then they have, oh my gosh, oh how awesome, they have purple crinkly paper inside. But oh, Monteverde is one of my most favorite brands. Their fountain pens, I have these two right here. This is the Invincia. It's a limited edition, and this is the Ritma. And the cool thing about the Ritma is that it's got a magnetic cap. So on both ends, so it's really nice. And this actually came in an earlier Truphae sub box, and it was purple, and I was just flipped out because that's my favorite color. So, and this one is the Invincia, and I got it with the Omniflex nib. And it is a super nice pen. It is polished abalone and rose gold and just gorgeous. I love it. And now I have another one. Oh my gosh. And then there's this. What is this? Huh. And they include a bottle of ink. Now they have 3 different price levels. They have 75, 80. I'll put on the screen what the highest price level is for a box. There's a price above that. It slipped my mind. But this is the $80 sub box. And so typically you get a fountain pen and you get a bottle of ink, a full-size bottle of ink. These are not ink samples. At the $75 price, you get a fountain pen and you receive ink samples. I don't know what this is. Platinum? I've never heard of them. Studio Lime Green. Ooh. Let's check this out. Oh wow, that's a bright green, and it's another pen. Oh my gosh, we get 2 pens in this box this month. How awesome is that? Look at that. I'm not crazy about green, but I like bright lime green. How they know this, I don't know. They must be psychic. But there's the brand. And let us see. Okay, it just pops open. There's the nib. Now, the great thing about Truphae is that you can specify the size of nib you want. They have a drop-down menu when you go to sign up for their sub box, and they'll ask you, I mean, no, it's a window. Yeah, it's a note, and you fill it in, and they ask you to tell them your preferences. So these are your preferences in nib size, nib type, what type of favorite brand pens do you have, what brands you don't like. That's important, because one month I got a brand I did not like, and I emailed them and said, I hate this pen. Don't send me another one ever, please. And they were like, okay, sorry. You know, so I gifted it to my daughter. But you can tell them your favorite colors. And so it's really cool, because when they send stuff to me, I told them purple's my favorite, and I like blues and pinks. I didn't say anything about lime green, but lime green is another color I really like. So it's really cool that they sent this. And the nib size I prefer is medium. Now on the box, where did I see it? It says FP. FP stands for fine point. Actually, it may stand for fountain pen now that I'm looking at it. But what they'll do is, if the pen doesn't come in the nib size that you like, they go in and they replace it. And this one, I don't know if you can see it there, it is a medium, which is my preferred nib size. So that's awesome. Let me check it out, the inside. Oh, it's a cartridge pen. Does not come with a converter. These cartridges are really inexpensive, and I'll tell you, a brand who makes really nice ink in their cartridges is Faber-Castell. There is also Levenger. Levenger makes a really nice purple ink in a cartridge that I use. I use both those inks. So I'll be using them in this pen, but I mean, that's pretty snazzy. So that's that. And of course I'm saving the best for last. I just pray this is not a pen I already have. It most likely isn't. Monteverde has got tons and tons of different kinds of pens. But I have like four or five of their pens. This is AutoHut ink. It is fine handmade ink for fountain pens made in Germany. Nice. And this is a 30 milliliter size bottle. It's going to last a good long time. And what I've noticed with Truphae's ink bottles, every ink bottle I have gotten from them is filled almost to the very brim. So I don't know if I should open this on camera. Let me move this box. I'll open it over here. That way, if it is filled all the way to the brim, see, it's just under the brim actually. So I mean, you get absolutely a full bottle of ink in your sub box if you get the sub box at the $80 price. Again, at $75 they have ink samples, but this color is called Black Knight. So there you go, that's the ink. I am a ambassador for Ferris Wheel Press inks and fountain pens, so if you want to give them a try, my discount gets you 10% off. The code is below in the description. This says Mini Jewelria FP fountain pen, medium. Awesome, it's a medium. And typically they slide right out. Of course, it's not wanting to do that because it knows it's on camera. It's saying, I'm going to be difficult. All right. It took a while, but I got into it. Monteverde pens come in this very nice faux leather box, hinged. I mean, typically I throw my packaging out for pens. I have these, I keep them, and what I do is I put my ink cartridges. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's so little. Oh, it's cute. I put my ink cartridges in these. Wow, I have not seen one like this from Monteverde. It might be an older model, I don't know, but it's really nice. Let me check it out. That's the Monteverde logo. The two mountains that make an M and a V in the center. That's pretty cool. Monteverde in Spanish means green mountain. And there is the nib. It should be a medium. I can't see. I wear bifocals, you know, so it's kind of hard for me to see. I have a magnifying glass and I'll use that later, but I'm pretty sure it's a medium because the box says it's a medium. And then this will post. Oh, and you also have to screw it in to get it to post, to stay on there. Oh, wow, that feels really, really nice in the hand. It has a very nice weight to it. And I can tell with this pen, I'll be able to do an awful lot of writing and my wrist won't get sore. I fell in my front yard in March of 2022 and fractured my radius in 3 places. And the doctor said it would have been better if I had broken it. I was in a cast for 8 weeks and now ever since, and I am a lefty, unfortunately. So ever since then, I can't write for long periods of time without getting pain here, and then it swells and everything. But this pen won't bother me. Oh, and I want to see if it is a cartridge like the lime green pen or if there is a converter in here. It also is a cartridge. So no converter pen this time. That's interesting because I've always received pens from them that had converters, and converters are reservoirs for ink, and you get to put whatever color ink you want in the converter. I'll show you one here. This is the Ritma from Monteverde with the magnetic cap. And this is what the converter looks like. You see it has just a little bit of ink left in there. But I'll move the box so you can see it better. There we go. That's just a little bit of ink left. But it's clear plastic, and you can fill it one of 2 ways. The way I prefer to do it is I take the converter and I stick it in the ink bottle, and then I just use it like a syringe and draw up the ink into the converter till it's about 3/4 of the way full and pop it in the pen. Other people prefer to dip the pen nib in the bottle of ink and then draw the ink up into the converter that way. I don't like to dip my nibs in ink bottles, and it's just a personal preference. There's no right or wrong way. But there you go. That's what a converter looks like. And so this is the sub box from Truphae, and I will ink up that pen and we'll do a writing sample. I'll ink up both of these and give you a couple of writing samples. I just realized these pens come with cartridges. I don't have to go ink them up. I'll just pop in the cartridge. And you see there's a little ball at the end there. And you're going to have a little post that protrudes from the inside of the pen. It's going to burst through that little ball and expose the nib to the ink. Maybe. Wow. It is not wanting to go in there. Hang on, I will be back momentarily. All right, it was just a little bit stubborn. What I did is I set the cartridge on the table and up, and then I put the base of the pen over it and just shoved it. And it popped. Now we're gonna let it sit for a minute while I play with the Monteverde here. This is so pretty. I really like it. Red is not my color, but hey, I really like the look of this pen. It looks very classy. Again, it's the same type of cartridge here. And I apologize, I'm kind of going over here a lot. That's because it's how I'm oriented at my table here, and my camera I'm using a new camera today for the first time, and it's, I don't know, the lens is it's kind of weird. It's kind of skewing things for me. That went right in, no problem. If you use it without the cap, you can. You can use this without the cap if you want a teeny tiny pen. But I would use it with the cap because it's nicely weighted. It really is, feels really nice. Now we're going to let this sit for a minute as well, so the ink can start to work its way into the nib. Now when you're starting a new fountain pen, some of them are temperamental. Oh, this one snaps when you post it. This is called posting the pen, when you put the cap on the end of the pen. This snaps. A lot of fountain pens do not post just because of the way that they're made. The cap doesn't fit on the end of it. And then there are other pens like this one that's really nice. You don't want to post your pen because you'll risk scratching the abalone finish. I got some crud on it. But you'll risk scratching that. So I never post this pen. But this one's got some sort of a snap to it. Hear that? Nice. This is very lightweight. This feels almost as light as like those G2 roller balls you can buy by the dozen on Amazon. Oh, and it activates immediately. That's nice. And the ink is purple. How nice. I love it. It writes quite nicely. I'll have to Google this company because I have not heard of them. Now, I am not a fountain pen expert by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, I've been collecting for a little less than 2 years. But I'm going to Google them. They're out of London, and they were established in... It's so tiny. Again, I wear bifocals. It looks like 1918. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to Google them and see, you know, how much they retail for. I'll be interested in knowing, because I mean, this box had a lot in it for 80 bucks. Your typical fountain pen retails for at least around $40. You know, the better ones start at about 40, and then they go up to like about 10 grand. Not that I've ever gotten one of those, and I never will. Because, I mean, that's just craziness. So here we go with the Monteverde, and I'll have to look up this one because I have news concerning this company. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm waiting on something to happen first, and then you'll hear it here, and hopefully it will be in my very next video next week. I try to post every Wednesday. So this again is the Monteverde, and it's not wanting to activate as nicely as the other pen. You know, sometimes they take a couple minutes, and what I tend to do, instead of just pressing and pressing on the pen like this, I'll open it up and turn the cartridge a little and give the cartridge just a very gentle squeeze till you're barely indenting that plastic at all. It's just to force a little bit more ink up through the nib, through the feed of the nib. This is called the feed back here. And hopefully that'll be enough. No, it's being stubborn. Okay. Another way you can activate your pen is you just bang, you take the heel of your palm here and you bang it on the table while you're holding the pen nib down. And so that creates a little bit of friction in there, and you're using gravity to get that ink to start moving. There we go. I always want to write Monte Verde as 2 words because it means green mountain, and I'm Mexican American, so I know that. But it's the company writes it as a single word. So it's really nice. I love their pens. Look at this. Their pens write so smooth. I mean, it's just wonderful. They are a joy to use. So there you go. This has been the Truphae unboxing for the subscription box for the month of October. I thank you for tuning in. And if you like what you see, I ask that you please give my video a like and subscribe to my channel. And I post every Wednesday. All of my affiliate codes and discounts are below in the description, so please be sure to check that out. My socials are down there as well too. And I hope to see you on the gram or on Facebook. Thanks a lot, and wishing you all a wonderful October ahead. This is Truphae, the Positive Vibes Artist.